Improve your self-confidence by being more realistic. Hi, I'm Dale Anderson from Seguin, Texas. Glad you stopped by today. Many people feel that they have low self-esteem and low confidence. And I would say an awful lot of people, okay? Now, I'm going to give you some tips on how to improve your self-confidence and at the same time increase your self-esteem. They sort of follow each other up and down, and they do go up and down. You just don't all of a sudden become self-confident and stay there. It is a little bit of an up and down battle for your entire life, but you can improve things greatly. The issues I had in my life that affected self-confidence and my self-esteem were something as simple as a bald head. Yep, it changes you when you realize one day you ain't got no more hair to move up there on your head, and you reach that awkward stage where you don't know what to do with the little bit that's there. And I got over it eventually. As you get older, you kind of let things slide like that. But to this day, I'm very envious of men with a full head of hair, and especially a man that has a full head of hair and it's all nice and wavy, and he's the kind that wakes up in the morning, doesn't even have to comb his hair. But that's just my problem. But it is a problem. And I also have a speech problem. When I was 10 years old, I was in a really bad car wreck. I went through we had a head-on on a highway, and I went through the windshield with my brother following me out behind, and the truck fell over on us. Well, in the process, I tore out my lower lip, and so I've had a couple of surgeries on it, but to this day, that lower lip is really difficult to move, and I have to work at it. So that really has affected me very much. I remember it was brought up one time when I was in speech 101 in the college, and the prof there suggested that I not become a teacher because I would be ridiculed for my speech. Well, I've overcome that over time. I have to really work at it again, but I get by. Okay. And then, of course, I'm sure this is very applicable to many of you, the weight problem. I went from being a hard-working farmer to join the Army, and they sent me off to crypto school, which is an electronic school, and I sat on my butt all day. And I ballooned from, I think it was about 180 up to 235. And again, that went up and down. They shipped me off to Vietnam, and I came back from there at 167. No, it was 163. And then, of course, it went back up again. But these are ongoing problems, and you're always going to have ongoing problems. While I was in Vietnam, I did manage to pick up a cigarette and alcohol addiction. And I kept that for a long time. Eating disorder is really an addiction, and it's really tough because you got to eat something, and if you want to feel good, you better eat a little bit more if you have that addiction. One thing that really affected me was I lost my job when I was 42 years old. And of course, what I did was I created my own job. I became the farrier for many years. So I spent about 2 years fumbling around after I got laid off. And my confidence and my self-esteem got pretty low. But then I went off to school, farrier school. I became a farrier, and my confidence and my self-esteem build up. The same can be done by you. And as you age, you're going to have reduced physical abilities due to injury or aging, and you're going to have a few more mental mistakes. Again, aging, dementia. People make snide remarks and their comments hurt. But I'd make sure they could never see my anger. But inside, I was a-crying. Now, around the age of 40, I'd had enough. I decided to make a big change in attitude and started to read books about life and about positive thinking. You can change things, and you can also take pride in that. It's not important what others think of you, it's what you think that counts. Now, you got to start to like yourself. You're one of a kind treasure. There are various things about you that you do not like, but which you cannot change. You got to start accepting these things. Start realizing that there are people in life who are more unfortunate than you. You need to have that buildup of respect for yourself. Don't accept second best in life. Be happy, learn to relax, and you can do little things like reward yourself. Here are some starters. You can go to a movie. You can go have a beer. You may want to pick up a dessert. Have lunch with a friend. Go get yourself a new outfit. Go on a mini vacation. I like to get new hats. Because two things, they look nice on me because it kind of covers up my bald head. I'm not ashamed of my bald head anymore, but hey, why combat that? And you gotta start building your confidence. Do something mildly challenging. Not too easy, not too hard. Just right. Your success will build your confidence. I want to tell a little story here. I went to a seminar in Minnesota, and as part of that seminar, they were trying to build up and have you express yourself. They said, okay, now you all get out there and you dance. And you dance really wildly. Be innovative. Do wild moves. And so I went out there, and I thought I was being so wild. And they shipped the videos to us when we got home. So I opened it up that day, and I was astounded. I thought I was being a wild Ubangi. And I wasn't doing anything. I was just more or less walking around over there, nodding my head a little bit. But I mean, I really thought I was really doing a good job of being wild. And I was so disgusted with myself, I threw the damn tape away. But it did show me something, in that sometimes what we think we are, or what we think we are doing, we're not. It's all in our mind. And it's okay to get disgusted with yourself, then do something about it. Challenge yourself. Persist till you succeed, or until you cancel that idea or project. You say, what? It's okay to quit. Because, as they say, a man or woman has to know their limitations. Do what you can, then acknowledge you suck at some stuff. and leave that for others. You go do something you're good at. That will build your self-esteem and confidence. Do that often enough and you'll see both your self-esteem and confidence explode. As you control your agenda and what you know best, do not frustrate yourself. Don't do something that frustrates you. It's all fine and dandy to want to win. But if the chances of winning are slim, so are the odds of improving your confidence and self-esteem. Now, I think back to my high school days. I used to play a lot of sports. And long and short of it, it was quite frustrating because our school was the smallest in the county, and we had about 200 students. But we were playing schools with 600-700 student body. And we did some winning, but we did a hell of a lot of losing too. And in retrospect, that wasn't good for me. If I had to do it again, I'd be more realistic. And I realized that, hey, if you want to go out there and just participate, that's fine. But you better learn how to handle the reduction in confidence in your abilities and lowering your self-esteem. So be smart and pick and choose what you do, keeping in mind that you really want to preserve your self-confidence and your self-esteem.